Okay, we're about to get serious. I'm gonna show you a spreadsheet that I always make for every new idea or a story that I'm gonna commit to. And this is something I learned from my publisher, and it was so helpful that I just, adopted it and I kind of like personalize it. So definitely personalize according to, what you want, what you need, what helps you visualize. Okay, so I'm gonna type it first. So open a new spreadsheet, right? And name it, whatever you want. I'm gonna call it like whip. And usually I would say, usually I just copy paste from what I got. So I was like not on top of my head. I was so prepared to so first I would leave a first tab open so that I could put either this is a chapter that I create from scratch or this is a chapter that I revise. And then I put a chapter number. And then if you're doing like a multi-POV, I like to put POV so I know who this chapter is from. And then I like to put word count, page number, and then I started doing this by myself. It's things to do. So this is like kind of like a sticky note reminder to myself. And then I have I saw some other authors do this and they put a character arc. So you can put a note like what chapter this character arc happened. It has to happen in this chapter and then next chapter this happens and that. And then I like to put a description. So this is like kind of like one sentence or a few sentences on what the chapter is, so I can kind of remember. So I don't have to go to each chapter and then read it and remember exactly what happened. And then I like to put date done. So this is kind of like to keep track of when I finished it. Also, it's nice to look back and I did this so long ago. And then also get back in it, you've left it for too long. So I put a date done. And then when I revise it, I kind of put a comma and then I put the new date that I revised. So I know okay, this was just recently edited. And then I would do a calculation, the sum in spreadsheets. It's just easier. No peace. Right, so when you want to start currying or when you want to feel good about yourself or when you want to brag to people, you'd be like, yeah, I got 100 pages done, or oh, my work count's 50,000 now. You go. You got this. This is House of Course spreadsheet. So we had a revise, and then link to the chapter. So this is where I just linked it, and then my editors would just go to it. And then version 1, version 2, and then word counts, and that's it. Hey, oh yeah, and then I had to tag her. I'm also refreshing my memory to tag her if I finished it, and then she reviewed it, and then version 2. And then I had to do marketing bites. So it's just little piece sentences that I liked from each chapter, which we could use for marketing. There, and then total word count, 82,000. Funny story, I actually wrote 100,000 words because I think I like to just dump all the words and then we'll whittle down later. But I didn't know that my publisher actually only allowed 50,000. And everyone, my colleagues on the total publishing cohort, they all wrote 50,000. And me and another person wrote 100,000. And to compromise, they're okay, 80,000. So I deleted 20,000. And I can't remember what I deleted. But which means it's good because it was actually unnecessary. So yeah, I think because I was so new at the time that every word felt precious to me, right? Every scene felt precious, every conversation, even though it didn't pertain to the plot. So I guess I'm proud that, or I guess in a way I'm glad that the publisher kind of had to force me to cut down so that I had to be harsher on myself. I had to really see what the heart of the story is, and yeah. So in the advertising world as well, my supervisors have always said don't delete your words because they could always come back as ideas, or they could help in another idea / campaign or whip. All ideas are precious, So I write a chapter, right? And then when I want to revise the chapter and then I have to delete a whole chunk of a paragraph. Is that an airplane? Or an UFO? What was I saying? I wrote a chapter and then I revised it, and then either I move paragraphs up or I delete the paragraphs or I take out a character, change the character's name and stuff. I would keep the original document, and then I'll make a new document, and then I'll copy paste, and then I'll edit, things like that. But so I will always have the first original, and then if I edit the second one, then I have the second one on the side, and then a new document, and then just keep going like that. And then sometimes when I finish the whole, this happened. I finished the fantasy book, and then something clicked, and I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't have changed that. So I had to go back to the original chapter and then like include that, make it better, and then I had to change the new document because I added that new twist or something. But at least I had something there. At least I already had it there. So yeah. Oh, I just noticed. I guess those are pine cones. I don't know if they're real. My mom loves plants. I hope this was helpful. I hope to share more. Thanks for watching.